Hi, this is Andrew Greess with the second installment of Pest Control Equipment Productivity Secrets. Hopefully you saw our first video. If you didn't, if you Google it, you'll find it on YouTube. And today we're talking about productivity. And productivity is absolutely critical. The National Pest Management Association says regardless of what size firm you are, productivity or your labor expense is the biggest cost. And it's kind of like an iceberg. You look at your expenses as the part you see above ground or above the water, but the biggest expense, you don't see it every day because you're not writing a check for it every day, but it's your productivity. And if you think about it, you spend all this money creating your company, creating a great logo, a nice truck, nice uniforms, doing some great marketing, get the phone to ring, hiring or training a pest control or landscape tech to go out to the house in a nice truck, and you get there and the equipment doesn't work. All that prior investment is just shot. So the productivity is absolutely key. And so what we see in our equipment repair shop is that most equipment problems are avoidable. So today I'm hoping to help you reduce equipment problems, reduce repair expenses, reduce downtime, and most importantly, reduce missed appointments, because that just doesn't help you keep and get new customers. So, some ground rules. Not every example I share is going to apply to everyone. Some are technician responsibility, some are employee responsibility. Some examples are for power sprayers, some are for hand sprayers, and some are for single versus multiple vehicle companies. So look what works for you, use it, and ignore the rest. Try to stay awake. So, we talked about tips number 1 through 3 in the first video. Secret number 4 is emergency repair kits, and that tip is to give technicians the tools they need to make small repairs in the field. So many repairs are absolutely easy to do, don't even require any tools, and can be done in the field. So for example, if you're using a B&G sprayer, the tip eventually is going to wear out. So keep an extra tip in the vehicle. And B&G did a report that says B&G tips wear out at a rate of 10% a year. So that means every year you use a B&G tip, it's going to put out 10% more chemical every year. It's a hell of a lot cheaper to use a replacement tip. And what you can do is, let's say you're planning on replacing your B&G tip next month, just replace it a month early and put the old one in the truck as a backup. The tank gasket for B&G wears out. It gets squeezed down, compressed, it wears out. That's the P268. Keep an extra one of those in the vehicle. And same with birchmeier backpacks. QSpray is a big provider of birchmeier backpacks. The tip wears out. This item on the right is the lid gasket that gets crunched down, and the tank will start to leak down your back. It's so easy to keep parts like this in the vehicle and let the tech do the replacement in the field, so he or she doesn't have to drive back to your office or to a repair facility to get this repaired. When it comes to power sprayers, the thing we see wearing out first is related to the filter. So the O-ring on the left is what the filter gasket's supposed to look like. On the right there, you see the one that was all bent up from being exposed to chemical. On the right, we see the filter or the screen that's totally corroded and clogged and bent up. These are really easy to check and change without any tools and can be kept on the vehicle. Now, I can't tell you exactly what you should put in your emergency repair kits. You got to figure that out for yourself, and you can get more elaborate. So here we have a hose repair kit. So when one of our customers has a hose that breaks, he just cuts off a piece of hose and repairs it with this temporary hose repair kit. Here's a more elaborate kit. We've got some filter parts, a belt for the Honda engine. We've got some gun O-rings, some garden hose fittings, etc. So you have to look at your equipment and figure out what you need in your emergency repair kit. And here's one of the more elaborate kits we've seen. This is a landscape customer of ours who keeps this kit. He gives each of his techs a couple of parts, but he keeps a more detailed emergency repair kit. And if he needs to go out to visit a tech's truck who's having a problem, he'll bring his emergency repair kit. He's got a couple of tools, and he'll do the repairs right in the field. And this is one of the more elaborate emergency repair kits we've seen. And for those of you who stayed awake, if you want to use this coupon code SOCIAL25 will give you $25 off your first order at QSpray.com. That's SOCIAL25. Okay, secret number 5 is Preflight Checklist. Now, this is, we're using an airline or an airplane metaphor here, because every airplane pilot, before he or she takes off, does a detailed inspection and check of their equipment before they take off, because they'd rather have a problem on the ground than in the air. And I think pest and landscape professionals can do the exact same thing. A few minutes at the start of your route will save you time and money. You want to find and fix small problems before they become big problems, and you want to fix them where they have the least impact. So you want to fix it, if you take the truck home, fix it at home. If you pick it up at the office, fix it at the office rather than having a problem at the customer's house or a chemical spill at the customer's house. So a pre-flight checklist involves a couple of steps. You can do all of them is the best, but not everyone wants to take this time. So the first inspection is everything secure? Second inspection is a visual inspection. Does everything look intact? The third inspection is pressuring up the equipment and seeing if it holds pressure. And the fourth is the spray test, actually spraying and making sure you got a good spray pattern. Now, you don't have to do all these. At a minimum, check and make sure everything's secure, but we recommend doing them all. So a couple of examples. This is a backpack, and you can see that they use, I'll circle it here, they're using a bungee cord right here, but it's not attached to anything. So if this landscape person hit the brakes, this backpack's going to hit this diaphragm pump, and it's either going to destroy the diaphragm pump or break the backpack or something. In any case, it's going to be a problem. And this is something that you can catch and do something about. Here's another one. Here's a customer who had a gas can, a 5-gallon gas can, I'll circle it, that's not secured. And think about this. If you're in an accident, this gas can is going to go flying. I posted this on Facebook a couple of weeks ago, and a friend mentioned that he was in a truck. He was going 20 miles an hour. He hit a stationary object, and he had a Gatorade bottle that flew 20 feet out of the truck. And he said, I can't imagine what would have happened if I was going faster or if I had a gas can in the truck. This thing becomes a bomb. So you want to inspect your equipment, make sure everything's secure. This is a birchmeier backpack that the tech had too close to his Honda engine. He melted it. This was a couple $100 worth of damage, plus time to clean up the chemical spill, plus time to drive to our shop to get a replacement backpack. This one, I'm not sure you can see this, but this tank, the fitting here is broken off and the tank itself is cracked. This was a birchmeier backpack that was not secured, fell against this tank, broke the fitting, spilled 30 or 40 gallons worth of chemical, spent quite a bit of time cleaning it up and quite a bit of money to replace and repair everything here. So we recommend you put your small equipment in racks. These are a couple of racks we offer, a B&G rack and a birchmeier rack. We do lots of repairs on equipment that is unsecured and just gets rolled around. So it's just a waste of money, man. Secure your equipment. Here's some other things. You just got to look at your equipment for these problems. You can see here on the left, the hose is damaged. Here on the right, this is a birchmeier lid, and the lid gasket is totally compressed. This is going to leak down this guy's back. These are things you should be looking for and finding yourself. This is equipment that was brought into our shop for repairs, but this is stuff that could have been found a lot sooner to prevent that downtime. This is a little bit more complicated one. The technician brought in a sprayer saying his pump didn't work, but we took a little closer look, and you can see, look at the arrows, you can see that this was a badly designed sprayer by another company, and the hose was being worn away by the hose reel, and this was going to cause downtime as well. So I want you to check your equipment for these types of problems before you start your day. It'll save tons of time, it'll save downtime, it'll save missed appointments, and you'll be able to fix small problems which are cheap as opposed to fixing big problems which are expensive. So we've got a free download for you. If you go to QSpray.com/preflight checklist, you can download our example of a pre-flight checklist. Now this may work for you, or you can use it as a guide to create your own checklist. But I think many of our customers find this valuable, so take a look for that. QSpray.com/preflight checklist. Okay, preventative maintenance. Now no one wants to do preventative maintenance, no one wants to talk about it, but again, you can spend $1 now and save $5 later, because when does your equipment fail? Your equipment fails when you're busy, and it fails when you're using it hard. And what it does is the equipment fails when the equipment wants to fail. It doesn't fail when it's convenient for you. It's not going to fail on Christmas, the week of Christmas when you're off. It's going to fail in the middle of the summer or the middle of the spring when you're at the busiest. So we say preventative maintenance is picking the time for your downtime and picking the time when it's most convenient for you and when it's least impactful to your business. And so, preventative maintenance, whether you're talking about a birchmeier backpack, here you can see on the left picture, there's tons of sediment in this tank, and eventually that breaks free. And you can see here in the center picture that sediment is broken free and clogged this check valve, which, is definitely going to make this equipment unusable till it's fixed. The right side picture is the handle, which is clogged. Again, this is going to cause downtime. Here's an example of a birchmeier that was brought in for maintenance or for repairs, and we took one look at this and said, you know, we could fix this, but it'd be a hell of a lot cheaper to buy a new one than for us to fix all the problems in this backpack. You don't want to let your equipment get this bad. Here's a B&G sprayer, and you can see the filter is totally filthy. This sprayer, you know, this guy brought this in because he couldn't spray because the filter was so clogged. Again, if you had done a little preventative maintenance and you could have prevented this downtime. The biggest preventative maintenance issue we see, though, are power sprayer pumps. This is where the most money is wasted. If you do preventative maintenance on a pump, you can do a repair and put a kit in it. If you wait till the pump fails, like in each of these examples, then it's a total new pump. Each of these pumps was totally trashed. We've got a roller pump on the left, which was trashed. We've got a diaphragm pump in the center and right. And you can see in the center here, this is a connecting rod that's destroyed, and this is a diaphragm that's destroyed. Both of these pumps were a total loss, very expensive, lots of downtime. So do your preventative maintenance. So that's it for your Pest Control Secrets number 4 through 6. I hope you found this valuable. If you'd like to download the entire top 10 list, you can go to www.pesttop10.com and you can download all 10 equipment downtime tips. It'll save you some time and some money. And when you need pest control or landscape spray equipment, please think of QSpray.com. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.